for my Pinot Grigio to start this. All right, everyone. We are live here with Virtual Vino with DMV. We're going to wait for a few of you to join us. And I'm really happy that both you gents could join me tonight. Would you believe that this is my fourth virtual vino that I've done, fourth virtual tasting within 2 weeks?
Crazy.
I would say rest in peace, liver, but I share my wine, so don't worry.
It's a lot of work.
Somebody's got to do it, though.
Yeah.
I don't mind talking wine and, having fun. I saw this meme earlier where someone posted a really cool wine picture, and it had white, red barbecue. I'll have to share it later. It's pretty interesting and cute. But anyway, so for those of you joining, we do have Tri-Vin's National Sales Director with us once again this evening, Greg Jones. Thanks, Greg, for being here again.
Yes.
I'm glad I didn't scare you away last time, or you, for that matter.
It's fun. I get a little nervous, but it's all good.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Just drink more wine. It's all good. And Austin, one of my coworkers. Now, Austin, where do you sell wine then for DMV distributing? If you can.
I sell in the Montgomery County area, all of Montgomery County, not just a specific area.
Perfect. So for those of you that live in or around Montgomery County, if you see Austin in a store, say hi to him. This is Austin's second time joining us for Virtual Vino with DMV. Those of you joining in, let us know where you're watching from. Greg, Gina says hello.
Hello.
And we did post where you can find all four of these fantastic wines. We have a super great lineup of wines this evening, and all of them can be drank all weekend long with your friends, family. Practice your social distancing, so maybe a bottle per person of each, who knows. But they're perfect wines for your summer barbecues to celebrate July 4th with. Hello, Tecumseh. How's it going? Hi, Dixit from Liquor Locker. Now, these stores, even after these tastings, still may have these 4 packs of wines in them. Hey, Dixit. So make sure that you go and grab them up tomorrow morning, even this evening after our tasting before they close, so that you can share them with your family and friends all weekend long. Like I said, we're going to be telling you about all 4 of these great wines. We're going to be sharing some insights. We're going to be having some fun. Hi, Jenna. Oh, cheers from Virginia Beach. Now, it looks like Greg's at home, same as me. But Austin, where are you at? I know you had a boat ride by earlier.
I'm in Middle River by the water.
Yeah, I'm not jealous at all.
Nice.
Oh, perfect. Jenna, you got your wines from Town Center Market. Thanks for supporting them, DMV. I know, Jenna, you've been on a few times, so thanks for all the love and support. We love to keep our virtual vinos going. And
nice.
I know. Look at this.
I love everyone by the beach.
Everyone with the beach, except me. I have like the Potomac River right down the street from me. That does not count.
That counts. In the middle of the woods, it's perfect.
No, you find like a lot of scary stuff in the Potomac River. That's about it.
Well, that's true. You're not supposed to go in it.
You can look at the water, don't go.
And don't eat the fish.
No, don't even look at the fish. They will look back at you. It's weird. So here are all of the stores where you can find all 4 of these great wines right below there. Hi, Valerie from Churchton, Maryland. Oh, great. So you got yours a little ways north of Hook and Vine in Chesapeake Beach. Well, thanks for supporting them as well, and thanks for joining us tonight. Oh, hey, Alan. Lake Linganore in the house. Cheers, boss. A little shout out to you. Well, I'm super excited to jump right into our tasting tonight. Like I said, Austin and Greg, thanks for being here with me. I don't think I know myself yet, but you guys all know me by now, unless you're new. I'm Devin. I'm a wine specialist for DMV Distributing. This is not my first rodeo, so please ask us questions, leave comments throughout this evening's show. We're all quite knowledgeable with wine, and if we don't know the answers, we can definitely get back to you with the answer, or we'll just make something up, and you'll never know. Who knows? It's fine. So we are going to get started. Remember, we do give giveaways and great prizes away through the these comments cracked me up already, through the virtual Vino. We have a $50 FireFly Farms gift card to give away this evening. We have a 5-pack of Chouquette Chocolates to give away. And we also have a custom wine glass from Here Pop-Up Shop. And I've actually seen quite a few of the great wine glasses from Here Pop-Up Shop. They're fantastic. And they come with really great custom masks. And I have one in it that says Pour Wine Here. So it couldn't be more perfect when I visit all my great stores and sell them wine. So cheers to Here Pop-Up Shop. So make sure you're commenting, asking questions. Let us know where you're watching from. Hey, Monica in Annapolis. Hey, Barry. Cheers.
Barry Brown.
Yeah, Barry Brown. I need one of your hats. Barry Brown in the house from Tecumseh.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So remember, leave us comments, ask us questions during tonight's live show. Now, one thing I wanted to give a shout out to before we even get started with the 4 great wines that we have this evening is that we just saw the Washington Post reviewed one of our great wines that we sell here at DMV Distributing. It's located in stores around Maryland and DC. And it was rated right earlier, and it'll be featured in the Washington Post this coming Wednesday. So I'm going to pull up the review right now and read it to you. It's a fantastic review. It actually got 3 out of 3 stars. Also rated, so that's exceptional. Highest rating you can get from Dave McIntyre. So it's from Zinfandel from California, the Herogram. Juicy cranberry, strawberry, and currant flavors with a hint of tobacco and dried grapes, aka raisins. Feature in this lovely zin. Pair it with any grilled red meat or spicy poultry. So thanks, Dave McIntyre and the Washington Post for leaving a great review about a fantastic wine. If you guys see this great wine in any of your local stores, I'm going to put the bottle up right here for you. Definitely grab one. It's a fantastic, got an amazing review. And if you do read the Washington Post online or in print, you'll see it featured in there next Wednesday. All right, so Greg, I know we are going to kick this tasting off with this fantastic 96-point Pinot Grigio. So
I was going to mention that later.
Oh, gotcha.
Oh my gosh, you just ruined
that. Maybe they forget you. So we're going to pour ourselves a glass. For those of you that don't know Greg, it's his second time on here as well. He's Tri-Vin National Sales Director. We're pleased to have him on. I'm going to let Greg take this away, and we're going to taste this fantastic Pinot Grigio.
Yeah, so this is exciting. So about 2, maybe 3 weeks ago, the boat landed and brought to the United States for the very first time this Il Casato Pinot Grigio. So it's a great looking package. Well, you guys don't need to know all that, but it's a beautiful bottle. The wine inside is definitely just as good and pretty as the label is. But this is Il Casato Pinot Grigio. It's from Italy. Il Casato is the Italian brand. It was established by Donatella Colombini. Colombini. Sorry about that. Who was the daughter of a celebrated Tuscan winemaker known as Francesca Colombini as well. The family dates back generations, probably to the 16th century. And anyway, they know what they're doing. So this Pinot Grigio is 100% Pinot Grigio. It's got about 13% alcohol on it, a little residual sugar, but it's 100% Val d'Adige juice. And Val d'Adige, as you know, is like, if you're talking Pinot Grigio, this is where you want the juice to come from. It's amazing. Val d'Adige is located inside of Veneto region, which is in the northeastern part of Italy. It stretches from the Dolomite Mountains to the Adriatic Sea. And, you know, the capital city in that region is Venice, which you all know is famed for their canals and great architecture. So the wine it's cool climate. It's ideal for producing dry whites, especially the Pinot Grigio. And now that Devin stole my thunder, the key selling point for me anyway, as you know, pertaining to what I do, it's 96 points from the renowned wine critic LUCA MARONI, who is like the Italian Robert Parker. That's what I say. But this Pinot Grigio is one of, if not the highest rated Pinot Grigio you can get for under $20. So awesome buy. I don't know what's your retail on this, Devin?
About on average $12.99 in Maryland and DC.
So it's a steal. I mean,
Which
there's
for
a lot of
anywhere.
Thanks, but you know, around 15, 16 the Moco.
Yeah. So anytime you can get this kind of quality Pinot Grigio for under $20, it's really over delivering, and that's what it's all about. You don't have to spend $50, $100 for a great bottle of wine. So that's what this one's about. So where do you want me to go from here, Devin?
Absolutely. Well, I know you're drinking it along with us. And, you know, I have to say, it's very rare that I see rated wines, especially point-wise, in stores. And yet to find one that is in, you know, a really great, fantastic, definitely like a keeper, use again later for a craft type bottle.
Oh, yeah.
I know a lot of ladies that I know love to make crafts. This is such a fantastic bottle. It's easy to store.
I like making crafts too with it. So,
what do you make out of them?
I put like dandelions in it or something.
Using a base, yeah, that's a good idea.
I mean, that's
wine bottle base.
right.
Absolutely.
Very floral.
Yes.
So,
Well, definitely.
that it is.
And even this wine is. So even the aroma of this Pinot Grigio is a little bit more floral than I found in a lot of other Pinot Grigios. And it just smells a little less bitter. But it still has that really nice apple taste to me that you really want in a good Pinot Grigio. And I know I had a few questions a couple weeks ago about the difference between Pinot Grigio and Pinot Gris. And mostly it's the sweetness of both. Usually your Pinot Gris that you'll find spelled Gris is going to be a little bit sweeter. So this Pinot Grigio is very crisp and dry, but it's still very shareable, and it's not very acidic compared to some Pinot Grigios that I've had, which I think is why it's absolutely, you know, rated a 96 point for a white wine.
Yeah, that's crazy. So a little bit about the wine. The vinification, the grapes are softly pressed in stainless steel tanks before it's put into the bottle. Cool stainless steel. So a lot of nice fruit. Serving temperature, as you know, it's just like any other white, about 50 degrees. Just make it cold. Colder the better, right?
Absolutely.
So you want to taste the wine now, or if you haven't yet?
I did already taste it, so yeah.
I'm right there with you too.
Taking my first
That good.
look at it. Yeah. So, you know, straw, yellow color, the nose, like very intense, long-lasting fruit and floral notes, and then in the mouth,
I would say you get a green apple.
yeah, very dry, elegant, but a lot of like golden apple, green apple maybe. But the balance, it's super balanced to the acidity. It's awesome, clean, crisp, very refreshing, perfect summertime wine. And my favorite line is this is a porch pounder. Drink it by itself. If you want to pair it with something, you can pair it with another bottle. That works. But it's great by itself, great aperitif, great with like cold cuts, seafood, white meat, you know the drill. But for the money, it is a perfect value. Awesome wine.
Oh, absolutely. And I think, you know, one of the best parts about this Pinot Grigio as well is that so as I always say, if you can get away with drinking and enjoying a bottle of wine without having to pair it with anything, or the fact that you can pair it with just about anything, then it's a winner.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I wish there was more protein in it.
Well, just eat some chicken with it. It'll pair really well with
there you go. Yep, there we go. Yep.
Exactly.
Nice vegetable dish. Oh yeah, some chicken.
Oh, definitely some chicken. Austin, I know, is this your first time trying this Pinot Grigio?
No, I had it recently tasting with some accounts. On some of them actually, what you said earlier that they were. It's a kind of a mild Pinot Grigio. It's not overly well. But no, it's very delicious. It's something that you definitely can eat with fish. Like you said earlier, cold cuts, just light dishes, vegetable dishes.
Yep.
No, that absolutely. All right. Well, those of you that have the Pinot Grigio, please let us know what you think of it. It is a newer wine that we are selling throughout Maryland and DC. So if your favorite stores don't yet carry it, your favorite liquor stores, even restaurants, just ask them to contact DMV Distributing because, like I said, especially the quality price ratio of this El Casato Pinot Grigio is fantastic. And 96 points.
Yeah, can't beat it. And I can tell you, DMV, the first distributor in the country to bring it in. So you guys are on top of it. That's crazy. It's good stuff. So
I'll think to
we
that.
got some accounts in Moco, so if you live in Moco, let me know. I can send you the right direction.
Absolutely. All right, everyone. Well, let us know what you think about this wine. We are really pleased to bring it to you in around Maryland and DC. The El Casato Pinot Grigio. We are going to give away our first prize of the evening while we gear up for our second wine of the night. Now, I know we have a couple labs coming up from Santos, Lima. So Austin's like, yeah, in the house. So we are going to be giving away a 5-pack of Chouquette Chocolates. So thanks to Chouquette Chocolates for being sponsors here with DMV and supporting our giveaways through virtual Vinos with DMV Distributing. We're going to be randomly picking a winner out of the comments and questions. So like we do have a few prizes coming up after this as well. All right, Austin, so I'm going to switch over to my lab also. Now like I mentioned, we do have 2 labs from Santos, Lima coming up. And you posted a picture with a lab dog, like a real life one earlier. So,
oh yeah,
you know, maybe if we could see that later or even after the video.
I'll get one for you. I'll go get her while you guys are talking.
Definitely, yeah. Any and all animals are welcome on Virtual Vino.
Absolutely,
for sure. All right, before Austin gets started here, remember we're picking our winner of the Chouquette Chocolates. So if you see your name tagged in the comments, just make sure that you write us on DMV's Facebook page so that we can make sure that you get your prize. So make sure you send us your email and address. All right, Austin, I'm going to get to pouring my Vino Verde.
Already there?
As you tell everyone all about it. Cheers.
Hi, everybody. So we're pouring Casa Santos Lima Lab. It's a Vino Verde. I got a lot of information for you today to explain about it. It was started by Joaquim Santos Lima. And by the 19th century, he actually became a very well-known producer, and he eventually started exporting the wines as well. And then later down the road, I tried to do some research and trying to figure out what happened to it. I couldn't find out. But down the road, I found out that Maria and Jose, his granddaughter and great-grandson, actually eventually relaunched the brand. And they actually started putting a little bit more modernized structures and production systems to make it a little bit, more modernized, and helping trying to produce it, have better yields with the vineyards. And then since 1996, they have been bottling their own brands. Upon restarting the vineyard, they have improved agricultural, like I said before, agricultural ways to grow their vines and get better yields. Ever since they have been making their own wines, they had been recognized for their national and international, rewards and all that kind of stuff. And like I said, they've been introduced nationally and stuff, and you will be able to taste what I mean by that once you try this. And it's, like I said, it speaks for itself when they produce 90% of 90% of the production is exported in 50, at least almost 50 countries and in all 5 continents. And the reason for the success is because of the price and quality of the rate and ratio of it. And I did a little bit more research, and reason why their price and quality is phenomenal is because down the road their economy had a downturn, and so a lot of their cost and labor is very cheap right now. So you can get a really good quality Portuguese wine, but at a very affordable price, around the 10, 11, even less than that. But what I've also kind of gotten into as well is the quality of the wines. Portugal actually has 3 different levels of quality of wines, and it goes down to where you have Vino, which you can tell right there, just means wine, which is just their table wine. And then you go down to the second level, which is Vino Regional, which they're actually well known for all around, Vino Regional. And then you have DOC, which I actually do not know how to pronounce. It's a longer, it's kind of got a bunch of words to it where I can't pronounce. But that's the highest quality, and that's what we have here. It says right on the bottle, DOC. And what that means, it's got high restrictions on the grapes compared to where the second one, where it says Vino Regional, which is not as high, it's not highly restricted. So with these wines right here, which range around like 10 to 11 bucks, maybe less than that, like I said before, with a high quality to it. But a fun fact I found out, which I did not know about Vino Verde, is that it means green wine. And it's made in the historical Minho province that is located in the north region, which there is a picture we have. Were you able to get that picture to put up? Where Vino Verde was actually, yes, there it is. Vino Verde is actually not a grape. It's a region in Portugal. I did not know that, which is very fascinating to me. And it's the region, I mean, where all that is, it's called Minho. And then he shows all the little areas where all different kinds of wines are made in that. But now I'm going to go towards into where the grapes that are made into this. You have Loureiro, Arinto, Avesso, and Trajadora. And I've already poured myself a glass of wine right here. The aromas you will get with some fresh, fruity, and effervescent to it as well. And that's actually one of the wineries right there in Portugal.
Yeah, I found a few photos for you. They have quite a few wineries, like all a part of the whole house of Casa Santos Lima, but yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. I would love to visit.
Like what I said earlier with Vino Verde means green wine. The wine is not green, but as you can tell with these pictures, there's a lot of green to it. So when you visit, you understand in Minho where the green wine Vino Verde comes from. It's everything's green everywhere. It's kind of pretty cool.
Yeah, their whole climate there is fantastic. And another term and description of the Vino Verde is also young wine. So green being young as well. And I feel like you already said that also, but.
Well, I didn't. Glad you brought that up, is because for these wines, so that they're not supposed to be aged. You're supposed to keep these fresh, these wines. Yep. If you don't, you let it just sit. That kind of acidity and the bubbliness will kind of go away, and it would get a little bit flat. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you want to drink Vino Verdes fresh. So I mean, with the taste of these, you'll get a slight spritziness to it, and I've found out that you get more like a fruity lemonade-like flavor to it as well. Which is interesting because right now we're going into the hotter season. This is perfect for that. I mean, I used to sell beers before, and seltzers are huge. I kind of consider this as like a substitute for that, and I could drink these over a seltzer. They're absolutely phenomenal, and they range from 11%. I know some people like to go towards their ABVs and stuff. Seltzers usually go for 4 to 5, but these are 11%. But they're also not as sweet either. They got that more kind of crispness to it, the effervescent. And they pair well with salads, fish, and vegetable dishes. And they also even brought up citrus-driven sauces as well. Like I said earlier, the prices that will range around, like, probably for you guys out of the county is probably maybe $9, $8. For me, it's 10, 11, 12 bucks. But very affordable. I recommend everyone to try these.
Absolutely. Anytime you see a bottle with the lab on it, so, one of the favorite dogs Dog
it's funny. I tried to find out the whole kind of symbolism of the lab. I couldn't find anything about it, but I did find out in Portugal they have it's called a Portuguese water dog. So I kind of want to believe this is what they're going for with that, but I just couldn't find out with that. I don't know.
Not for this one. I'm assuming maybe someone had a lab at one point, and that's kind of how that happened. Now, Barry, our sales director at DMV Distributing, he has a Portuguese water dog. Hi, Douro. Actually named after the Douro wine region of Portugal. And we definitely, Barry, you need to send me some updated pictures of Douro so we can share them, because the cutest ever. But yeah, I'm assuming someone had a lab at one point, and or still does. A lot of wineries have dogs that run around the winery all day and keep everyone company. So that's what I'm assuming. I did try to look it up as well, but I'm assuming.
Well, I mean, it's a great decor too. You know, when you finish the bottle, you can have it down displayed.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, and I think all of these Vino Verdes that we have, you know, they're just so fresh as well. They're perfect summertime ones. Oh, okay. Here, Barry knows. The winery owner has close to 100 labs. Wait, is that true? Or are you just messing with us, Barry?
Wow.
Okay, we're going to have to fact check Barry.
I really want to know if that's actually true. I mean, I believe Barry, but I want to know more about that. That's interesting. It's a good story to have.
Yeah, that reminds me of the lady in the movie Bridesmaids that they were giving them away at the one bridal shower, and she just packed all the little baby puppy labs in the van. I know those that are watching know what I'm talking about. But that's apparently the winery owner. But no, absolutely, it's such a great wine. Now, Greg, I know that you have a glass as well. What do you think of the Vino Verde? Oh, I'm sorry. Let me get you.
1 second.
No, it's like the perfect summertime wine. Like you said, it's just a little bit of bubbles in it, which makes it a little more exciting. Just so easy to drink, super soft, smooth. I love it. Not too much.
You get some melon and gooseberry to it. I've also read up. You get some kind of chalky texture. I haven't got too much of that chalky texture, but I kind of understand a little bit what they're saying.
I know. I get it. A little bit on like the finish, maybe.
Mm-hmm. It's very true. Now, those of you that have this, anyone out there drinking it along with us, let us know what you're thinking. I would pair this even with spicier foods for sure. If you're barbecues, even if you're going for a Taco Tuesday, I would definitely pair this with that. It's like the guys mentioned, it has a little bit of an effervescence to it, just slightly bubbly, but that does last like the whole bottle. And it's fantastic.
I like that. Everything out there has a dog or cat.
Yeah. And it does remind me, I haven't tried many of the seltzers. I usually don't like a lot of very bubbly things. But it does quite remind me of a very light seltzer, perhaps.
Yes, that's actually a better way to say it. A light seltzer. It's not like I said before, seltzer in general, but it's almost like you're going to introduce yourself to a small light seltzers in general. But wine
with a lot more flavor.
Yes, with a lot more flavor.
Yeah, it actually has some flavor to it.
And like you said, Devin, food pairings. You can do a lot with this one. You know, spicy food.
Absolutely.
Salads,
I mean, we're in Maryland. Crabs will be perfect, I feel.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think that this would be fantastic. I
heard Virginia has better crabs than Maryland. Is that true?
Oh, really?
Greg, are you trying to start a fight right now, or?
No. I'm backing off.
For those of you that don't know, Greg lives in Virginia, so hold on. Gotta go get my box.
A Maryland, Virginia thing. It's like, I like to go.
But we're there, in a way, but Maryland's for the crabs and football, right?
That's true. Yep.
Oh yeah. No, Greg. Even DMV already here clapping back. Maryland all day. Vote in your comments, those of you that are watching. Who has the best crabs, Maryland or Virginia? Let's see. Seen a lot of Maryland, Greg, too.
Funny you brought that up because there's actually a fight between Maryland and Virginia about who actually made the first orange crushes too.
That was Virginia.
I don't know about that.
Uh-oh. We're gonna have a lot of polls later.
Wow, this is so unfair. This is not fair.
You might be outnumbered.
I guess
probably a lot of Marylanders watching, but I feel like I saw
the best crabs.
I think so.
Yep. Okay, next.
You
I'll leave
can
that one alone.
just then. Wow.
I won't go there again.
No. I've seen many people lose that fight, but A for effort, Greg.
Yep.
All right, everyone, we are going to move on to our third wine of the evening. Now, it's from the same winery. It's the Vino Verde Lab Rosé. Before we get to that, we are going to give away another prize. This time, it's going to be here pop-up shop, custom wine glass. And like I said, I have seen quite a few people who have already gotten their wine glasses, and they're showing that they're also coming with masks that are really great also. So, that's a really great thing to have right now. I love my mask that they sent me, and I love my wine glasses. It's very fun. So we're going to be picking at random out of the comments. For that prize, if you see your name, just make sure that you message us on our DMV Distributing Facebook page. Now, Austin, I know you have some really cool stuff about the Vino Verde Rosé, and I have to tell everyone, this is also a brand new, and I got distracted.
Everyone else is getting distracted too.
There's the lab.
There he is, the brown lab.
Oh, so cute. I feel like he just sat on your lap and also voted for Maryland, though, with the crap.
I think so. She weighs way too much, too.
Yeah, that's a quick sitter on you.
Only a year old, but she's huge.
Oh, it does look big.
Yeah. She's a good dog.
All right, so give us comments, shout outs in the messages. We are going to move on to our Vino Verde Rosé. I can't wait to learn about this one. Like I was going to say before I got distracted by the really cute pup, was that this is almost a brand new wine to DMV Distributing. We've only carried it for just a little bit now. So if your favorite stores don't yet carry this, please ask them to carry the Lab Vino Verde Rosé. It's definitely going to be one of your favorite rosés. I know Austin wrote me just last night, and it's his new favorite one. So we're going to hear a little bit more about it from Austin.
All right, so we got the Lab Vino Verde Rosé from Casa, Santos, Lima, like before. I'm going to pour myself a little one right now, and you get a little once you open it, you actually do get a little kind of bubbly kind of snap to it, like a seltzer. And the interesting about this with the Vino Verdes in general is that some of them actually they add the carbon dioxide to it because they realize that Americans love that kind of seltzerness to their wines with the Vino Verdes. So not all of them are actually naturally carbonated. With the fermentation. But with this Vino Verde Rosé, the grapes that are in this are Vinho, Espadera, which is actually very well known over there, and the Torrega Nacional, which is known for blending too. This is the look of it right here. You get that kind of like little rosé kind of gold to it a little bit. Go up to a smell with the aroma. It's got a good aromatic expression and red fruit to it, like strawberries. I say maybe a little, I don't know, watermelon. They say some raspberries too. Now we're gonna go with the taste. Very nice and light and refreshing. You get a nice, very, very fruity, refreshing acidity and minerality. They say it, minerality. It's also 11% alcohol. Average price of it's the same, somewhat around the same thing as this. With out of Moco, it's probably around like $9. With Montgomery County, it's probably around like 10, 11, $12, depending on the area and all that. But Yeah, that's pretty much about the Vino Verde Rosé with this. But I actually had something very interesting about Vino Verdes itself, because usually they are blended, almost 3 to 4 grapes. But I've started to do a little bit more research and found out that some Vino Verdes actually have 1 grape, which is very rare. It's called Albarino, which is also another word for it's called Albarina, which is it's in Spain too. But Albarina has got a little bit more acidity to it as well, and it's good with kind of fish and all that, and like with a lot of all these other Vino Verdes. But I recommend trying that one varietal just because it is somewhat a little bit rare, is what I read up on. And I actually have not tried it yet, but I would love to. So I do like a little acidity to my drinks a little bit. It adds like a little bit more flavor, like a seltzer. Like I keep on saying, I love my seltzers. I'm new to wine, but I'm falling in love with these, especially this because it's got a lot more fruitiness to it, like Greg said earlier.
Definitely. Well, I mean, and I don't think it's a bad thing to bring up seltzers because they've become such a popular drink for the summertime. But don't discount your wines in your store to take on your boats during barbecues, take on the go. Like they're, even the alcohol content might be a little bit higher than seltzers, sometimes even lower, just depending on what you're looking for. But you never discount the wines during the summer. They're very shareable. You can even get them in the, boxed wine.
Nail on the head. Shareable. It's very shareable.
Absolutely shareable, because I know a lot of people that don't like seltzers at all, and then you have that one person at a party that brings all of their, seltzers. But these are a little bit more shareable to me than even the majority of your seltzers on the market.
So bubbles in Italian is frizzante, right? Is that? And then what's bubbles in Portuguese?
I don't know.
That's what we got to figure out, because it's a little tiny bit of bubbles that makes this thing, like you said, just super.
A lot of it's like, what I read up on was the fermentation in the bottles. When it fermentates in the bottle, it kind of adds a bubbliness. But I also did read up on that some wineries add their own CO2 to the bottles too, just because, like I said earlier, Americans like that kind of, crispiness, the bubbliness to the drinks.
Yeah. And this one, when I tasted it, this is the first time I've had it. It reminded me of like just cotton candy. And it was like, I started thinking about being at the beach. I started thinking about like amusement parks. And I'm like, woo, good old days. This wine is fantastic.
So bubbles in Portuguese is boles.
Boles.
Boles?
Bolhas.
Little bit of bole. Perfect.
You gotta love Google. I don't know what people did beforehand, as they looked at the library.
They went to the library for 24 hours.
Now, I did get a photo from Barry of a lab walking his Portuguese water dog. I'm going to try to show you from my phone. Can everyone see it?
Awesome.
So it has the Portuguese water dog's leash, and the lab is walking Duro.
Nice.
And then there is the Portuguese water dog, for those of you that don't know what they look like. I believe this was fresh after a haircut.
They do like when I read up, like they have like a distinction with like a poodle a little bit, but they're bigger.
Yeah.
They're very fluffy, Yes.
There you go.
It's awesome.
She's like the best dog ever. Barry, give Duro a bunch of love and kisses from me, and run her around. Let her get in the water later. Such a cute dog. But yeah, I think that it's a very entertaining rosé. This rosé is it's definitely a keeper, and one that you're going to want to drink all summer. I see a lot of really great companies that have it.
There's Doc on it too as well.
Exactly. And it is their
quality.
Yeah. Yep. The highest quality. Yeah, those of you that didn't see Austin's graph earlier, the DOC right there in the middle.
Yep.
It's always good when you see that on your
no doubt
bottles there. to go with kids. I know, Wendy, they're fantastic.
Yes, they are. Absolutely.
I'm loving the comments this evening, guys. Keep them coming. We hope that you guys have a great 4th of July weekend. Thank you so much for starting it with us. We have one more wine. I'm going to wait just a minute or so just to make sure that you guys are getting all your questions, comments into us. Ask us anything about this Lab Vino Verde Rosé. Like we mentioned earlier, it is quite new to DMV distributing. Therefore, it's quite new to the Maryland and DC area. So your favorite store might not yet have it. Just tell them to contact DMV Distributing. You see the bottle right there with its DOC resignation there. Yep. And just tell them to carry it. Tell them that you want some. We'll always help you guys out. You can even message us here on DMV Distributing's Facebook page where you're located in Maryland and DC, and we can always help you out. And then that way you can pair it even with your Maryland best crabs in the entire world. And like I said, the quality of this wine, especially for the
we have to do a competition. You get crabs, we'll have to test them out. Right?
That'll be an incentive coming up. Yep.
That would be an incentive. We're just gonna have a crab day at the DMV distributing warehouse. Everyone stay awake. We're gonna be drinking a lot of lab.
Your crabs and then crabs.
There we go.
Tell the boss. We'll shoot that to the boss there.
All right. Good idea, though.
Absolutely. So yeah, Chris, I see. So I've tried the lab cab. Where can one pick up the rosé? Chris, if you want to message us on our DMV Facebook page, we can let you know where it's located now. But even if you have a favorite liquor store, just go in and tell them that you want it, and we'll help you out. They can get in contact with us. So yeah. And of course, you can always ask us questions after the end here, during. Make sure that you send in your questions and we'll answer as best as we can.
Who won the chocolate?
Huh?
Who won the chocolate?
Oh, I already won the chocolate. Are you trying to score some?
Nope.
I think Mindy won the chocolate earlier.
Nice.
This is easy.
Oh, yeah. All right. So we are going to move on to our last wine of the evening. Now, we are ending this with a dry red wine, but don't be afraid. This is probably one of the most juicy and a little bit of a sweetness to this Cabernet Sauvignon. I think that this is a perfect red wine to enjoy during your barbecues. The Tonel 22 Cabernet Sauvignon.
Sweet. So let's all pour a glass.
Yep. Got it. Now Greg is going to talk us through this one. I can't wait. It's not from America, but I do have an American flag on it.
Yeah. There we go.
Greg got it like a very appropriate pour in that glass.
That's
so
right. It's Friday. So
it's a Friday. Drink up, everyone. Send us pictures of your setups.
Give me a water.
I might not even pour mine in a glass. Who knows?
We've done that before, right?
No.
So, hey, so this wine is Tonel 22 Cabernet Sauvignon. So this is a 2017 vintage. It's from the wineries called Bodega Toneles, which is, I guess, translated as cellar of the barrels. But it's located in the heart of Mendoza. So Trip Finder online actually rated this top destination, number 32, I believe, out of 197 destinations in Mendoza. So this winery, if you can come see it, it's probably really worth it. Like I said, the winery was found in 1922, so the Tonel 22 comes from there. It's 100% Cabernet Sauvignon. It's got about 13% alcohol in it. And this is a true fact. Not all great cabs come from Napa or Bordeaux. In fact, Mendoza is making some of the best Cabernet Sauvignons in the whole world. Robert Parker, who you know is like, the man when it comes to talking about wines, is one of the biggest fans in the world of Mendoza Cabernet. This one, 88 points from Robert Parker, which is a great score for Cabernet in this price range. And we talked about it earlier. It's all about high quality to price ratio. Over delivering is what this Cabernet does. But it's good stuff. So the vineyards are located about 1,000 meters above sea level, which is like the perfect. It's perfect for growing Cabernet Sauvignon. You get hot days, cool nights, which leads to like real intense fruity wine. The soils are very sandy, with on top of some rocks, and that again that leads to an intense wine. Everything's manually harvested, which is pretty impressive. The vinification is concrete vessels. From here, the wine's aged in French oak for about 6 to 8 months. And what that does, it totally softens the tannins, which leads to like a silky, smooth finish, which, like I said, for a Cabernet Sauvignon, it's perfect. But let's taste.
Oh, I was so intrigued to try this. I had yet to try the Tonel 22 Cab until just now. I mean, the smell is up. It's really inviting. I absolutely you want to drink it. And I think, everyone, when they hear Mendoza, Argentina, they always think of the Malbec, and that's, the grape, of choice there. But the thing is, why that whole region can grow such a great Malbec grape is that it's really, the climate itself is great at growing those very rich, full-bodied red, dry red grapes. So why shouldn't the Cab be any different? Which I think that we're finally expanding to that point.
Yeah, and if you look at like you do some like wine search and you see Argentina is like becoming the new destination for Cabernets. And like we talked about earlier, it's all about over delivering on quality, and the price is perfect. So this brand, Toneles, there's a bunch of different categories, from a low tier to a higher tier level. Every single one of them's got scores, from 88 to 90. It's crazy. Yeah. And that's what's making this is a hit. It's for the money. You can't beat it. So it's got, the color's dark.
Austin likes it.
Who likes it?
Yeah, Austin there.
Austin, good. So real dark, rich. I mean, you can see it.
This is good. I'm starting to like Cabernets now. This is awesome.
I'm so proud of you.
A lot of red fruit on the nose.
It's not too tannic. It's really not too tannic. It's very mild.
Got some good spice and peppers in there as well. Yeah. But definitely, like Devin said, it's fruit-driven wine, no doubt. But tasty and juicy, yet very soft and very, very super easy to drink. And I mean, this is a cab that, you don't have to pair it with much, but of course you definitely want to put it with a steak, burgers, blue cheese, pizza. You can do all kinds of stuff with this wine. And and the price point, I don't know what you got, Devin, but
in Maryland and DC, the average price is $12.99.
Yeah,
so for this, when you drink it, I mean, I'm thinking at least $20 a month for this.
Oh, easy.
That's around 13, 14, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
It's very affordable, and I mean, you need to understand the quality of the wine too. It's awesome.
Yeah. Now, I actually had a few people that messaged me before, like a few hours ago, even with captions, when they had got this at their liquor stores before the event and in their 4-packs. And they had asked about chilling it. Like, should I chill this? Even with the reds there, I would recommend chilling them just a little bit. Of course, and I've said, and I'll say it again, we do tend to drink our red wines much warmer than the winemakers want you to drink them. So feel free, chill this before your barbecues tomorrow. The perfect temperature is going to be around between 52 and 56 degrees Fahrenheit, even for this dry red wine.
Yep,
That's
15, 20 minutes, perfect.
Yeah, put it in the fridge. Exactly. 15, 20 minutes, take it out, open it up. Even if you open it up this evening and you're like, oh man, actually, I want to try that tomorrow, just put it right in the fridge, just maybe 15 minutes before you want to pair it with a nice juicy burger on July 4th. You'll be delighted in the fact that it becomes a lot more of a bright, juicy taste to it. Maybe like a more of a bright fruity taste. And I think that a lot of people are afraid of reds because usually you drink them at room temperature and it dulls the flavor sometimes. But
Sure.
That's the flavor that the winemaker is making that wine intending you to drink it at. So remember, don't be afraid to chill it, but do not freeze it.
No, I'm glad because I've actually, well, to let everyone know where I come from is I actually did sell beer before this. So with the beer aspect of it, they tell you to chill some of the cheap beer really hard just because so you can get away from the flavor because it's not as good. For some of these a lot of these wines, you can chill it, you get a little bit more flavor out of it. But when you said don't chill it too much, if you chill it too much, you're gonna destroy the flavor. You gotta chill it at the right temperature so you can get the right flavor out of it and all. And it's gonna be very enjoyable with, like you said, barbecue and all that kind of chicken and stuff. Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
It's science to it. It's crazy as it is, but there's a science to it.
Yeah.
And I experiment myself and it's absolutely true. And it's fun. It's very fun.
Definitely. And like I mentioned earlier, especially about this cab, and, Greg agreed, is the fact that, the Tonel 22 cab is a little bit of a sweeter, lighter taste than the majority of other Cabernet Sauvignons that I have drank. And I've drank quite a few. And it's, one of my favorite grape varietals to drink. It's definitely one of the main ones you'll see in a store. And you can't go wrong with a cab, that's on the shelf. But it's so approachable and even shareable. I'm sure, I see a few people on here even drinking and, viewing along with us that usually love all the sweeter wines. But they're even enjoying this, which is fantastic because, we all want to share wine. That's the whole point of winemakers. We're making
the sweetness to it compared to we have the mass-produced stuff where they add a lot of sweetness to it, you get a lot of the fresh sweetness to it. That's what makes it great.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Nailed that. No doubt.
Exactly. Now, I know we posted a photo of from the winery earlier, and it's great that you mentioned the TripAdvisor, Greg. I had even shown my mom, I feel like a couple weeks ago, I did a Wine Wednesday video about the Tonel 22 Malbec as well. If you look up this winery, Bodega Toneles, it is,
beautiful.
It's gorgeous. It's no wonder. Guys, look at that. It's gorgeous. Even just the tasting room. They have a whole restaurant. Of course they have a tasting room. They have the gorgeous vineyards, but the architecture there, the restaurant has amazing food. So once we can all travel again, remember, we'll tag them in this and send us over there to visit. You'll see photos of me there one day. But no, it's absolutely gorgeous. So it's no surprise to me that in Argentina, that's one of the top spots to visit. I would. And obviously they make amazing wine too. So you can't go wrong with either. At least if you have that, you have great wine. But you're right. Austin, you're going to go with me?
Yeah. I'll go with you. Absolutely. Cheers.
Cheers, bud. Greg, you're invited too.
I'm going.
Absolutely, Greg.
Everyone watching is like, yeah, we're all in. Mindy, where are we going? Hopefully soon.
Yep.
Yeah. Valerie, any distributors in Anne Arundel County? Valerie, definitely write us and we can help you out if the wines that we're showcasing on our virtual Vinos aren't in the stores around you. Definitely let us know where you venture out to get all your delicious wine and we'll help you out, okay? But we do sell to Anne Arundel, so make sure you just DM us on our Instagram or Facebook, and we'll help you out. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Steve. I was wondering if you were doing this evening. Cheers. This was my summertime wine. Thanks, Sabrina. She brought it over to me earlier and said, wear this evening. I don't know what kind of tie. My niece turns 1 tomorrow on July 4th. So I'm going to try and find some fun tie to wear to that. But I don't have any American flag ties. So
what a great birthday.
Yeah. She's going to turn 1 year old. Fireworks were going off last year.
Every year. It's crazy. That's perfect. And you know what? It's just for her, too. That's what I tell her.
Exactly. Yep. Party for Blair. So happy first birthday, Blair Bear. In 20 years, you and me drinking a glass of wine together.
Nice.
I'm sure my twin right now is like, oh, no.
Is your twin the one who did that one Akuma bottle? He's the art.
She has not colored one yet. No.
I've seen a couple crazy ones.
There's
unbelievable.
Some really great ones. Yeah, if you guys don't know, we did a tasting a few weeks ago with Yana. She is the owner of Ego Bodegas Winery. And we do have our Akuma bottles, which are a fantastic label. We'll post it as well. But we're definitely working on a whole kind of super fun contest when you color your bottles. So we'll post more about that when it happens. But it's super fun. But no, I haven't even colored my bottle yet, Greg.
Ego Bodegas. It's very inspiring. A lot of the labels have a very inspiring background behind it. So
yeah, no doubt.
Absolutely. And we're going to be featuring Yana from Ego Bodegas on here again. August 7th, we'll be back on with her. So we'll share more great wine, and maybe we'll have even more entries into the Akuma coloring collection.
More entries. I can guarantee that. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I think I'm going to work on mine this evening. It's end of the week relaxation. I'm going to color and, drink it up. It's a delicious wine. It does remind me quite a lot of how easy it is to drink this cab as well. It's just very shareable, easy drinking red. That's fantastic. And I can't say enough about the price of these.
And it's phenomenal. It's
absolutely.
And anyone who doesn't like red wines, please try it just because it's that smooth.
Mm-hmm.
You just have not tried the right wine just yet. I'll tell you that.
Exactly. That's why it's so great. And that's why DMV loves to bring you guys these live tastings. So remember, share them with your friends. Even after, we end the live video, you can always share it with people that want to try new wines, because don't be afraid of wine. All of our wines that we sell at DMV Distributing, we're all about our QPR, the quality price ratio. So you can get really great high rated wines. I mean, we had a 96-point white wine on here earlier. Average $12.99 in your store. Guys, it's amazing.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid of your wines. Go out, try them. Until we can do public tastings again, you can see Austin and I's beautiful faces in store. Share these with your friends. And even after, we would love to continue them so that, we can bring on our winemakers from around the world. That's been the best part about this, is interacting with you all and, showcasing people like Greg, who is the national sales director at Tri-Vin. And Greg, we always appreciate you joining us. That was his model shop. It's like a Madonna Rogue goes there.
Oh my gosh.
With everybody. They want to explain everything, what goes in between all the wines they have. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that's so great. And I think it's always fun to learn about wine. It's, I've had friends that have been brewmasters and, make beer and everything. And then winery, I used to work at a winery. I would help with the entire process of making wine, from making it, harvesting. My back is so terrible at this point. I don't think I could ever pick more grapes in my life. But it's always such a fun thing to learn about. So we love sharing with y'all. Yep. All right, Gigi, it looks like we have a question from the Pinot Grigio segment. So couldn't comment. Why? Okay, my question is, why couldn't you comment from the shower? No, I'm just kidding. All right. Pinot Gris versus Pinot Grigio. I don't like sweet, and so I often avoid both because I don't know the difference. So Gigi, the difference from Pinot Grigio to Pinot Gris is that Pinot Grigio is usually a little bit more popular than the Pinot Gris. The Pinot Grigio was actually like a clone from Pinot Noir, so it's definitely a drier grape. So when you ferment it, it's a little bit more crisp, clean. It usually has those very citrus-like, vibrant flavors. Even
like into a
yeah,
green.
Exactly. So usually from the Pinot Grigio, you're going to find a very vibrant green apple taste. Pinot Gris tends to be a little bit sweeter.
Yep.
So if you see, and I don't see many Pinot Gris in store anymore. You know,
I don't either.
It's all the name, you know.
Yeah,
Grigio
exactly.
sells better than Gris. So
yeah,
exactly. And same with that, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, both originally from France, and then, you know, even France usually, you know, is more the Pinot Gris. Italy is always like the Pinot Grigio. But yeah, usually when you see that Pinot Grigio, don't be afraid. Don't run from it and thinking that it's a very sweet wine. It's a very juicy, crisp,
yeah.
very fresh tasting wine. So definitely, and especially the Casato that we had earlier, fantastic.
One thing I realized that we haven't said anything. It only lasts about like 3 days, 3 to 4 days, I would say.
Yeah,
Maybe
I mean, when you open up these, exactly. I mean, always be aware of your wines when you open them up. Your whites are going to last, you know, 3 to 4 days, depending. Especially if you start. Yeah, Gigi, you'll like the Grigio better. So if you can find a nice, especially a high-rated Pinot Grigio like this 96 pointer this evening, you'll love it.
So people actually don't drink a whole bottle in one night?
You know, I mean, we're just saying it just in case, but they are available the 4-packs. So I would recommend drinking all 4 in a night.
Gotcha.
I like to throw another with the drier the wine, I would say the healthier in a way, just because it's not as sugary, is what I've read up on too as well. Is that right?
It depends on if it's a natural sugar or if the sugar is added.
Okay.
So some of the Moscatos that you'll find in store that the sugar is added. They can last sometimes longer than they should.
You guys carry a couple dry Moscatos, don't you? That are pretty.
Probably the driest, most high quality that I can think of here at DMV would be the Line and Dove Moscato. And it's a little bit bubbly, and I mean, that would probably last quite a few days. I mean, it still stays bubbly. But yeah, it's not overly sweet, and they don't add like a ton of extra sugar or anything to the Line and Dove Moscato. Yeah.
I need to try that. I haven't tried it.
I know, Austin. I told you got to try that.
I know
Any more questions for us this evening?
I'll try it.
I know, right? I know. I love all the questions, comments. Please let us know if you have any more, but you don't get disrespect. Most of your liquor stores, I see the discount question, will give you a discount if you buy wine by the case, even if it's mixed in store. Greg, you know what we were missing this evening? Your cork maps. I see you with a piece of paper.
I wanted to break it out. I actually had a boot map, like a real boot, and I was going to point out to where Vinito was on the boot map.
Okay.
But I after seeing all these fantastic winemakers and all these big high rollers you had on here, I was like, I probably shouldn't do that. But I'm going to do it next time. I invented that map.
I'm not going to have you back on because you didn't do the cork map.
I want to do that. I want to see it.
I'm just kidding. You know, I love
Does that mean I'm canceled?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh.
You haven't even said anything bad yet. Now I'm definitely gonna have to cancel.
No. I'm
so well behaved over there, and no cork map.
I can make one.
Oh, so all right. So here's Gigi's comment. Oh, the Grigio with Maryland crabs. Oh, Greg, do you see that? Do you see
that like it's like fancy Maryland crabs with crabs in it?
A bunch of crab emojis in there for you.
Great.
Thank you for having our back.
Just smack me.
Representing.
Do you have any Virginia? fans around there?
I did not see
No,
one
no, they're
for
not on
today.
here. No, I
Not
wish
one.
they were. I'm gonna invite them next time.
You should.
I need
No.
backup.
We'll still win, but you should have definitely invited them.
No.
Backup. All right, I'm bringing it next time.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Well, we're about to wrap this up. Let us know if you have any more questions and comments. Thank you so much for joining us for another great, fun edition for our virtual Vino. Oh, great. Yeah, and we did give our other giveaway. Thanks. Jess is out on her boat helping me out this evening. We did give away our $50 FireFly Farms gift card. Congratulations, Sarah. Make sure that you do message us your email address and physical address so that we can get that to you. Now, remember, we do post a poll after our videos. It's already live on our Facebook event, and we'll share that with you all to vote for your favorite wine of this evening's tasting. I already know what I'm voting for. I just try and click all four usually, but it won't let me vote for one. But for a chance to win a 5-pack of Chouquette Chocolates once again. So make sure you vote, share with your friends. Thanks so much for everyone for joining. We have a really great lineup of wines next week as well. Both Gina and Monica are going to be hanging out with me. We're going to post our wines for that and our event. So make sure you share with your friends. Thanks so much for enjoying your Friday evening with us to kick off the July 4th weekend.
Devin, can I clear the air real quick?
Yes, you can clear the air.
So I presented the Il Casato Pinot Grigio tonight. I just wanted to let everybody know that I really do think Maryland crabs are the best. So please vote.
I didn't expect that. He's so humble.
It was humble. Sorry.
Well, thanks, Greg, for conceding. Yep. And exactly, go out, get your Il Casato Pinot Grigio and pair it with your Maryland crabs and send some our way. Always tag DMV Distributing in your Facebook photos or Instagram at DMV Dist. And thanks so much for spending your evening with us, guys. Thanks, Greg, for joining us.
That was fun, Devin. Devin, you're the best. Austin, that was awesome. Thank you.
Greg, you're the best.
Thank you. Devin,
Austin, enjoy wherever you're at that has water and a boat driving by you at all times. And I'm jealous. But remember, everyone, join us next Friday, 7 p.m. We're going to be drinking the Texas White, the Lab Rosé. So it's the regular rosé, not the Vino Verde rosé. Absolutely delicious. The Montepulciano, which is fantastic, and the Tonel 46 Malbec. So we're going to have a 46 up here, not a 22. We'll tell you the difference next week.
And then you got the Hero Gram coming.
And exactly. And make sure you check out.
You guys are like killing it with great wines. You're totally crushing it. Awesome.
Well, thank you, Greg. We couldn't do it without Tri-Vin. We absolutely love Tri-Vin.
We're
Greg,
partners.
National Sales Director at Tri-Vin. We appreciate you spending, a couple hours out of your Friday night hanging out with us and drinking wine.
Yeah, we need to do some fireworks now. You guys should come over here.
It's about 9 p.m. around me, but I'm sure as well as everyone else around the country, they've been
it's gonna happen. There's always
so, do we have a couple more minutes?
Of course. What do you want to talk about?
So I heard like in Maryland you can't do fireworks. Is that true?
You can't legally do fireworks, but they've been happening for weeks and weeks.
It happens.
But
it's been all over.
But you can't buy them. But you can go to Pennsylvania, like
you go out to Pennsylvania, buy them and bring them back. Yes,
and bring them back. But if you get caught, you're in a hole.
Yeah.
Right?
I got mail recently from someone from PA from the border from us, and we can buy fireworks from them, but we can buy it in Maryland.
I heard this. If you're from Pennsylvania, you cannot go to the fireworks store in Pennsylvania to buy stuff. Is that true?
No.
It didn't make sense. I'm like, that's
crazy. No, it's so weird.
It's not true. I've heard and seen people go up and not from PA and they go up and buy it and they brought it back. I've seen,
All right.
I don't know the PA thing, but I'm also in the whole thing of West Virginia. I remember going from West Virginia to there, and it's a whole thing.
I don't know.
Yeah.
not everyone follow the face mask, and it's not always fully enforced. So
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, for those of you that do enjoy fireworks, and or if you are setting them off,
please be safe.
Be safe. Keep all your fingers. Remember to run away as quickly as you can with your wine bottle once you
bottle rocket right here. Perfect.
You don't need to. You don't.
Oh,
You
great.
don't need.
Valerie, yeah. I mean, you'll taste a little bit of a difference in the flavor. A little bit more. Huh? Oh, we lost Austin. Austin, I can't hear you, bud.
I'm here.
He was drinking.
Oh. Oh, you were just drinking. Okay. It looked like you were saying.
What'd you say?
I know. Let us know, Valerie, what your stuff tastes like now that it's a little bit warmer.
Gotta be warmer.
I mean, so to me, it's actually very interesting, and people need to understand is when wine gets warmer than when it's supposed to be cold, it tastes completely different. To be honest. So,
and depending on what wine it is, sometimes it doesn't taste as good, or sometimes it does lighten up the taste. It's always you have to see what you like your wine temperature wise, and always try new things. That's the best part about wine. It changes.
You drink it to the right temperature where it hits your taste buds right. And so what I've learned in the beer industry is, I mean, with the Bud Light, Coors Light, and all that, they tell you to chill it so it doesn't taste as bad when it's warmer. You're supposed to drink Bud Light and Coors Light, all that really cold, so it's not as good. But for this kind of stuff, for the wine that I'm learning is you need to have it to the right temperature so you actually have the right flavors and all that kind of stuff that come into play compared to if you actually chill it too cold, you're not going to taste the flavors that you should taste. But if you're not actually chilling it in a way, you're drinking it warm, yeah, it actually might take you off to what you actually really want to the wine itself. There is a science behind it, and it's actually really interesting that people actually need to understand. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Hey, Austin, I've done a blind taste test in the past. I'll have to share the video with you. It was the best, shittiest beer. And I don't mean to offend anybody, but it was Coors Light versus Bud Light versus Miller Lite. And it was a blind taste test. And I grew up drinking Miller Lite. Like, that was it. Anybody who drank something else, I'm like, you guys, whatever, don't know what you're doing. Bud Light won, and it, like, shocked my wife and myself. Total shocker. And they were both cold as shit, too.
Mm-hmm. So. Yeah. So those of you that are drinking wine this weekend or really anything, those blind tastings are so much fun to do, especially with your friends. I've seen them happen so many times. Even when I've been out at restaurants before, when we could go to restaurants, like brown bag them up, try with your friends, see who likes what, because sometimes
it's fun.
You surprise yourself.
Yep.
I mean, it's
a challenge we'll do one day. Let's do that during a virtual video. We'll do fun stuff.
I'll do it. I'm in.
I'm in. We'll just brown bag a few wines and see if we can either taste what they are or we'll come up with something fun. Great.
That would be fun.
Like I was saying before, same thing as life itself. You need experience. You need experience all different kinds of stuff in order to kind of wow your taste buds, to understand what it's going to taste like. So
I don't smoke pot anymore.
And with that.
Okay.
But why? We'll get to that afterwards.
All right.
Hey, Austin's talking about experiencing taste buds, and I'm like, nope. I stopped that a long time ago.
For one,
not for me.
For one, experience it. You may think like, oh, I don't like that kind of wine, but maybe you haven't tried that wine in that kind of segment in the way that you like. You just got to experience it. You got to build taste buds up. If you haven't tried much wine, you can't really have an opinion off of what that wine tastes like because there's all different kinds of that styles of wines.
Yep.
So
you're right.
You got to always have to taste, everyone. Well, thanks so much for joining us during this evening's virtual Vino with DMV. Greg, thanks so much for joining once again.
Greg Holmes,
awesome. National Sales Director at Tri-Vin Imports. And Austin Kiefer, awesome
Pairing it
wine
up as a new rep.
at DMV Distributing. Yeah, one of my awesome coworkers. So thanks again. We will see you live next Friday at 7 p.m. right here on DMV Distributing's Facebook page and our YouTube channel. So then leave us any questions or comments that you have on our Facebook page.
What are you laughing at? Somebody said something.
Happy 4th.
Take care. Be safe.
Cheers. Absolutely be safe. Yes.
No doubt.